Satnam, everyone. Blessings to all of you. On this beautiful day, we are sitting in a sacred space. There's a sutra by Guru Nanak. When he left for the travels, Guru Nanak's sister asked him, "What will I do? What shall I do when I want to meet you? In your travels, you'll be traveling everywhere. How will I connect with you? What can I do to be in your presence?" And the Guru said, "Tu yaad karsa, main asa." It's a beautiful sutra. Tu yaad karsa, main asa. When you will remember me, you will feel my presence. That's simple. And that is the sutra from the lotus mouth of the Guru. Tu yaad karsa, main asa. When you will remember me, I will be in your presence. So my friends, we are sitting in remembrance today. The remembrance of Guru Nanak, the remembrance of Baba Nanak, the remembrance of Wali Nanak, the remembrance of Lama Nanak. It is my privilege. It is a great blessings to be with you today so that we can dive into this space together. My friends, a few days ago, I was reading this sacred text. It's called Shiva Sutra, the Sutras of Shiva. And there was this beautiful line that really struck me. And I thought I will share that line with you today also before we dive into this special meditation in remembrance of the Guru. The special line, the beautiful line was Vishmayo Yoga Bhumika. It's a dialogue between a seeker and the one who have bloomed the seeking. One is a seeker and one who have totally bloomed into seeking, who himself, his breath is the seeker, his sight is the seeker, his touch is the seeker, his totality has become the seeker. And the question was, what is yoga? What actually is yoga? And Shiva, who have become the very manifestation of seeking, one is a seeker, not completely manifested into the space of seeking. There's always seeking, there's no perfection. No one knows totality. No one can know totality. The concept of a seeker, you always remain a seeker, is called the path of a seek. Always learning. And not learning intellectually, my friends. This is not learning. Something else. When these flowers, in the space of learning, there's a complete sense of emptiness and you want to embrace it in your totality. And that seeking a day comes when your wholeness becomes the seeker. So the question was, what is yoga? And the answer Shiva gave was Vishmayo Yoga Bhumika, which means where duality ends, when something blooms in you, any activity that brings ecstasy to you, any sound hearing which something trembles, something modifies, something changes in you is yoga. In simple translation, anything that brings you, that dawns ecstasy in you is yoga. Simple as that. Where two becomes one. And I was thinking, when does two become one? Is there a time when they are two? Or my mind sees it as two? Is there a time when there is two? Seer and sin. From this perspective, I am the seer and you are the sin. In your perspective, you are the seer and I am the sin. I am appearing in your consciousness. I am appearing in your consciousness. I am not appearing in the world. I hope you're with me. I am, from your perspective, you as the seer, I am as the sin. I am appearing in your consciousness. I am not appearing in the world because the world itself is an appearance in your consciousness. Let's digest this. I am not appearing in the world because the world itself is an appearance in you. You cannot experience the world independent of your consciousness. You cannot experience the world outside of your consciousness. There is no world outside of your consciousness. Everything is an appearance and disappearance in your consciousness, in your awareness, in your Chaitanta, the Sanskrit. I hope you're with me. I'm just going to dive deeper into this because this will start our journey today. I am not appearing in the world. I am appearing in your consciousness. You cannot deny it. It's not a belief system. You're not believing this. It's your experience. I'm not appearing in the world. I'm appearing in your consciousness. Because the world itself is an appearance in your consciousness. And let's dive in the next part of this. I am appearing in your consciousness, and you are appearing in my consciousness. Wow. I am appearing in your consciousness, and you are appearing in my consciousness. मैं तुझ में हूं, तू मुझ में है. I am in you, and you are in me. This is called unity of being. It is so real. It is the truth. If you put your thoughts, the Guru says, Socha, Sochna Hovai, the sutra, first sutra. If you put your thoughts aside for a moment, you will see that there is no duality. We are one. You and me, and I'm in you. This is Ek Ongkaar. My essential experience is unity of being. Only when my mind comes in, only when my story comes in, only when my individuality comes in, there is the veil. Guru says, Kiv sachiara hoiya, kiv kude tutte pal in chapji. How can this veil be brought down? How this veil can be lifted? And the Guru says, experience that which is. Hukam rajai chalana. Experience that which is. And what is that? We just started off with that. I'm appearing in your consciousness, not in the world. Because the world itself is an appearance in your consciousness. We are in each other. When the thoughts are put aside, immediately they realize this never goes, my friends. We are always in the state of a Vishmayo Yoga Bhumika. That which, that duality ends is yoga, and we are always in this union. Tell me when you are not. Even at night, the world appears in your consciousness when you dream. Isn't that so? At night, dreams appear in your consciousness. During the awakened state appears in your consciousness. Everything is within this consciousness, this shared being, shared consciousness. We are one. And the veil is our own thoughts. Rumi says, between you and God, you are the veil. So when this individual story, when these thoughts are put at a side, immediately we are awakened. We are Ongkaar, Satnam. Sat means unchanging, and Nam means presence. Unity of being, Ongkaar, Satnam, unchanging essential nature, unchanging presence. Satnam. Ongkaar. We are all one. This is our reality, not a belief. It's our direct experience. The thoughts are our indirect experience of reality. Ongkaar is our direct experience. Satnam, the unchanging essence, the unchanging nature, this is it. Vishmayo Yoga Bhumika. There where duality ends is yoga, unity, God. This is it. Our essential nature is God. Our believed nature is the individual story. We are believing our story. It is not the truth. And then the next sutra, Karta Purkh. The activity of the consciousness and consciousness are one. Karta Purkh. Let's dive into this. Karta Purkh. The activity of consciousness and consciousness are one. So I am the activity of consciousness for you, right? And can you separate me from your consciousness? Can you put me out of your consciousness and experience me, individual of consciousness? Can't. My movement is the movement of your consciousness. Your consciousness is free. Your movement is the movement of my consciousness. And the sutra, Nirpau, Nirvair, who to fear when everything is modulation of my consciousness? Nirvair, who is my enemy now? It's in your dream, you have enemies, you have friends, but when you woke up, you realize that the friend was your consciousness, modulation, and the enemy was the modulation of your own consciousness. While in the dream, they were two, there was duality. And when you woke up to the reality, you realize it was me playing as the friend and playing as the enemy. Nirpau, Nirvair, Akal Murat. And this consciousness, this awareness of yours cannot be brought down into dimensions. It's dimensionless. While you are dreaming, while you're believing the story, there are dimensions. There's past, there's present, there's future. But this essence of yours, which you started in the beginning, Ik Ongkaar, the unity of being, cannot be brought down into dimensions. Akal, Murat, it is pure love. That's why when you are in pure love, you can only love when the two becomes one. You cannot love two, being two. You have to dissolve the two-ness, then you can love something. That is Murat. It's unconditional love. That's why in unconditional love, there's no sense of others. Arjuni. And this essential nature of yours, which we've been talking about, comes not, goes not. Arjuni. Dream comes, dream goes. At night when you're sleeping, the world disappears. The awakened world disappears. I hope you're with me. The awakened world disappears and the dream world becomes real. The dream world becomes real and the awakened world becomes the dream world. And when you wake up, then the dream world becomes a dream world and the awakened world becomes real. It's coming and going. But the consciousness within which these both are flowering is Arjuni. It comes not, it goes not, it always. Have you ever experienced yourself when there was no consciousness? When there was no awareness? There's no content of awareness. Sometimes you say, I become unconscious. When you are unconscious, consciousness is still there. The content of consciousness disappears. I hope you're with me. That's why you know when you get up that you were unconscious. I hope you're with me. We're diving into the Sutra of Guru Nanak. Arjuni, Sabham. It is self-illuminated. It is self-sustained. The world needs, the dream needs consciousness to be. If there's no consciousness, you cannot dream. I'm going to go deeper. For the dream to be, consciousness has to be there. Can there be no consciousness and be a dream? No. So dream is dependent on consciousness. Okay. The reality of consciousness gives the reality to the dream. The dream itself has no reality. The realness in the dream is borrowed from consciousness. I hope you're with me. Same thing. In the awakened state, this world, its reality, its realness is because of the realness of the consciousness. If consciousness is not there, there's no dream. If consciousness is not there, there's no experience of the world. If consciousness was not here now, can you experience me? So consciousness is self-sustained, self-illuminated. It doesn't need something else to be. While the world needs the consciousness to be, while the dream needs the consciousness to be. The consciousness, the awareness, the Chaitanta, this unity of being, it's self-sustained. It doesn't need you to be. You need it to be. Aap sat, kiya sab sat. When this reality is there, the reality over there exists. Gur Prasad. And the realization of this is through unexplained grace. Unexplained. Grace cannot be explained. It's Gur Prasad. When you realize this, not intellectually, when it becomes your experience, when you are vibrating this unity of being, why did you vibrate it? Why did you experience it? Is there an explanation? How come someone else is not experiencing and you are experiencing? Why? The answer is Gur Prasad, unexplained grace. Unexplained. It cannot be explained why someone got it and why someone did not get it. Why someone had been practicing for 40 years meditation but nothing obtained, and why an individual overnight becomes enlightened. Nobody can explain that. It is unexplained grace. Gur Prasad. There are some things which cannot be brought down to the narrowness of the mind. There is a part of existence that is beyond this, cannot be understood this, whatever you do, because the moment this goes there, it dissolves, it burns. That's a beautiful sutra by a great sage. He says, that space where my bird mind, my mind as the bird, he's just putting into poetry. He said that space where the feathers of my mind, the bird of my mind, constantly flying, where the feathers of my mind burn, my heart visits it every moment. Where the feathers of my mind trying to fly into that space, its feathers burn. The feathers burn, thoughts burn. Soche soch na ho gayi. You cannot be thinking about this. There my heart is in every moment. It's called falling in love, falling from here to here. तू दिल में आता है, दिमाग में नहीं, मैं पहचान गया, यही है पहचान तेरी, the Sufis. So you come to the heart, you don't come to the mind. Beautiful. You come to the heart. He's talking about the divine, the beloved. He said, oh beloved, you come to my heart, you don't come to my mind. Now I have recognized this is the only way to recognize you. You come to my heart, you don't come to my mind. Now I have recognized this is the only way to recognize you. The path of lovers, the path of those who are willing to surrender, those who are willing to dissolve. And the Guru says the way to do that is japa. Japa means remembrance, remembrance of your true self, remembrance of who we are in our essential self. Ongkaar, Satnam, Karta, Purukh, Nirpav, and it goes on. Japa, japa this. Remember this. Remember who you were before you were born. The Zen masters. Remember who you were before you were in the womb. Your essential nature. Ik Ongkaar, unity of being, Jap, and then Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Happy Sach, Nanak Hosi Pi Sach. Now, let's dive into the sutra before we go into the meditation. I hope you're with me. Ad Sach. The primordial time exists in this. Ordinarily, the translation is, those of you have read, that this was truth in the beginning, this is the truth now, and this the truth shall be. No. Then the truth is an independent from the time. If you say this translation, that this was truth in the beginning, so there is an independent beginning from the truth. And then the truth was there, and that's why it was truth. Then there are two in the beginning. There's time, and then there's this essence, this truth that you're talking about. No, it doesn't mean that. Ad Sach means the truth exists in this. The time exists in this. The primordial times exist in this. Ad Sach. The primordial times exist in this awareness, in this consciousness. It was not that this consciousness was truth in the beginning. No, the beginning was in this consciousness. Because the beginning cannot be there, this consciousness was not there. I hope you're with me. So the beginning of times exists in this truth, the truth of your being. Not as body and mind, but the essential nature we just talked about. Ad Sach, primordial times exist in this truth that we have just talked about. That is our essential nature. Jugad Sach, even this time now is existing in this truth. It's not that this is existing in time. No, time exists in this. Time has no existence independent to consciousness. Consciousness, awareness, my reality as God and me and God are one, is not within time. Time is existing within it. That is the meaning of Adi Sach, Jugad Sach, Habi Sach. When the time began, it began in consciousness. It began in this essential truth. Adi Sach, Jugad Sach, Habi Sach. In the future, when time, the future time will also appear in this consciousness. Consciousness doesn't appear in time. The modulation of consciousness can appear in time, but consciousness itself, in it, the beginning, the present, and the future appears. The Sach Jugad Sach Habi Sach Nanak Hosi Bi Sach, and Nanak says, everything will only appear in this consciousness, in this awareness, in this unity of being, Ik Ongkaar. You can call it God if you want. Everything is appearing in this. It doesn't appear in anything. For the world to be, it has to be. For the dream to be, it has to be. Aap sat kiya sab sat tis prabhate sagli utapat. When this reality of consciousness is there, the world borrows this reality to be. The reality in the world is a borrowed, the isness of the world is through because of the eminence of your being. Without the consciousness, dreams don't exist. Without consciousness, the world don't exist. Without consciousness, the past don't exist. Without consciousness, the present don't exist. Without consciousness, the future don't exist. And Nanak Hosi Bi Sach, and this is the truth. I hope you're with me. This is our story, you know. Japji, the sutras brought down by the Guru, which means the essential story of the self. And in that whole sutra, this is what the Guru is telling you. That which is always, and why you have connected with that which is not. And this is called awakening. Japji. The remembrance of the essential self, my friends. So that is the message of the Guru, where we wanted to collapse the duality and we want to be in the space which we always are. We are pretending to come out of it all the time with our spinning of our story, our emotions, our high and low, right and wrong, up and below. We're trying to spin ourselves out of it. My friends, let's start our journey. And the journey starts when the hands are folded. Spine straight. Spine straight. And let's close the eyes. My friends, eyes closed. And now, my friends, I want you to put your mind aside for a moment. Vishmayo Yoga Bhuvika. Let's remove that duality and just be in pure being. I don't want you to think about your body. I don't want you to think about your mind. I don't want you to think about anything. I just want you to be yourself. Don't think about the outer and inner. There's no outer, there's no inner. Just let's drop that duality. There's no left, there's no right. Can you just drop that for a moment? Forget it. Because when you forget it, what will remain is you. I hope you're with me. When you forget your mind, what will remain will be you. You will come back home, you will know yourself. It's called Satnam, being and knowing. Now you only know the other. You only know the other. You are knowing the other, you don't know yourself. Satnam means knowing and being. Your being, you are knowing. You're not knowing the other, you're knowing yourself. Can you please drop the other? Can you drop the inner and outer for a moment? Drop this concept. There's no outer, there's no inner. There's no up, there's no below. There's no left, there's no right. Just be in your own space. Just sit with a full awakened consciousness. Imagine the flower has bloomed. Imagine the flower has bloomed. Imagine the flower has bloomed. Sit in your blooming. Come on. You have been believing the word. You have been believing your emotions. Why don't you believe this? Why don't you believe Ongkaar, the unity of being? You and me and you are all one. I'm your play and you are my play. I'm in you and you are in me. There's one universal consciousness playing this game. Can you for a moment connect with this? Beautiful, my friends. Now, my friends, I want you to inhale and hold the breath. And as you hold the breath, I want you to apply Mool Mantra. Apply Mool Mantra. And I want you to tense your perineum. And I also want you to tense your skull. The two doorways, the lower and the higher, the tip of the spine and the base of the spine. Can you squeeze these 2 points within which your world is existing, within which consciousness is spinning itself out? Just these 2 points. The lower door, the door of Shakti, and the higher door, the door of Shiva. The lower self and the higher self. The imagined self and the essential self. And my friends, exhale. One more time, inhale, hold, and apply Mool Mantra, perineum, and the tip of the skull. The 2 doorways, hold, 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 and exhale. One more time, inhale. And apply Mool Mantra, specifically the perineum, tighten the perineum, the doorway to the lower self. And now tense the tip of the skull. It's called the Brahmarandra, the doorway to you being Brahm, the all-pervading consciousness where duality ends. Can you tense the tip of the skull where the rishis, where the yogis tie the knot? The knot of duality is tied and the blooming of the unity of being, Ongkaar, is experienced. And my friends, as you hold these now, I want you to squeeze and tense the whole spine. Engulf yourself back into the spine. Drop yourself back into the spine. Wrap yourself back into the spine. That one I in the center, the English letter I, which is the Aham in Sanskrit, represented by the spine, just pure being, is called the Shushmana, where the mind shuts down. And my friends, exhale. We will tune in with Om Namo, Gurudev Namo. Om Satguru Namaha, Sri Gurudevai Namaha. Gure Namahe, Jugat Gure Namahe, Sat Gure Namahe, Sri Gurudevai Namahe. At Gure Namahe, Jugat Gure Namahe, Sat Gure Namahe, Sri Gurudevai Namahe. And inhale and hold. And as you hold, squeeze and tense yourself into the spine. Imagine there's nothing but the spine. This is the central axis of the existence. It represents the Meru mountain, the central mountain in the known universe, which connects with the Dhruv, the North Star, which is the source of all the wisdom on this existence, in this existence. And exhale. One more time, inhale, hold. And hold, become aware of the spine represented or representing Mount Meru, which is connected with the Dhruv, the North Star, the source of all the wisdom in our known universe, that universe which you are creating with every blink of the eye, that universe which you are creating with every thought of your mind, that universe which you are creating with every inhale and exhale. The central axis of that known universe is Mount Meru, and which is connected with the North Star, which is represented by the human spine. It's all connected. Hold. And my friends, exhale. Beautiful. Open your eyes. And my friends, hands in Gyan Mudra. Let's unite the ego, the lower self, always moving down and up, down and up. And the Guru finger, the finger of wisdom. If you have seen the pictures of the Guru, it's always like that. Awaken your wisdom. So your lower self, which is always up and down, which exists because of the other. If you're like this, it's because someone said like this. If you're like this, it's because someone said like this. But then comes the Guru, the wisdom. So, no, stop. Stop going up and down, going to zero. And then the three, the creation, the preservation, and the destruction will be in your control, not in someone else's control. You will experience the essential nature. That is the meaning of this mudra. It's called the Gyan Mudra, the seal of wisdom. And what is the wisdom? The wisdom is to know yourself. It's no other wisdom. Everything else is information. If you don't know yourself, whatever you know, it doesn't have any existence. So my friends, hands in Gyan Mudra, spine straight. And let's start with the breath of fire. Those of you who know breath of fire through the nose. Okay, let's go. And those of you who just joined us, we were delayed on our Facebook. You missed a lot. We just dived into our Mool Mantra, and it will be up in our YouTube channel. Beautiful, my friends. Please continue. Just for 1 minute. Breath of fire. Connecting with the Pavan Guru. Pavan Guru, the wisdom of the breath. Beautiful. And while you're doing these, I want you to not think. I want you to feel. I want you to feel what happens as this essence of life comes and touches your being, as it touches the core of your being, the central point of your body, we call the Nabhi Chakra, the navel center. What happens? What happens? There's some mystical experiences that are happening that you keep missing because you're thinking too much. Can you please experience the feeling of existence and not think about existence? Take this opportunity. We are thinking, we are great thinkers. But let's for a moment drop this thinking and start going into feeling. I want you to feel what happens. What happens when the breath comes and goes and touches the heart center and it goes all the way down to the navel center. And then as it touches, as the universe goes in and kisses you with life, as it leaves you, what happens when the kiss goes off? Beautiful, my friends. 30 more seconds. We are going to dive into a beautiful space. We'll be diving into some beautiful meditations by the grace of the Guru. We're going to do another 15 seconds, my friends. Go deeper, deeper. Pump the navel. If you can't move your navel, you can't move life. You can't move anything. You can't even move a stone then, because your navel is not moving with the breath. When the breath is synchronized with the navel, the universe synchronizes itself with you. The universe dances in you. The universe sings in you. The universe breathes in you. The universe talks in you. The universe moves in you. And the universe sits in you. And the universe stands in you. And the universe eats in you. And I can go on, my friends. Go deeper, 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 deeper. Really pump the navel. Pump the navel. An opportunity, a grace of the Guru has come. You have touched the wisdom of the breath, which will transform you, which will change you, which will elevate you, my friends. Beautiful. And now inhale and hold the sacred breath. And as you hold the sacred breath, let's put some locks. Hold. I want you to apply Mool Mantra, navel in and up. Pull the navel in and then pull it down. And then lift your ribcage. Ribcage. The cage within which your consciousness is encaged. Lift it up and lift the heart, the chest, up, 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 up. Elevate your prana and elevate your consciousness. Elevate your being. Beautiful. Roll the tongue now. Roll the tongue. When the tongue is rolled, mind is rolled. And now please roll the eye and look up into the 10th gate in the center of your skull. Become aware. Hold. And my friends, through the nose, exhale. One more time, inhale. Hold, apply Mool Mantra. Apply Mool Mantra. Apply Mool Mantra. Navel in and up. Lift your ribcage. Lift your heart center. Roll the tongue. Roll the eye. And be in the center of your skull. We call the Brahmarandraha, the doorway to Brahma, to the consciousness beyond the frame of body and mind, the all-pervading consciousness. Hold that tip of the skull, where the known manifests, where the unknown comes into the realm of known. Behadi hadviche aya, in the words of the Sufis. Hold, behadi hadvichaya. The unmanifested becomes manifested. This is the spot where you are actually born. And exhale. Last time, inhale. Hold the navel in and up. Apply Mool Mantra and the perineum. And tense your sit bones, my friends. You're almost done. And lift your heart, lift your chest, roll the tongue, roll the eye, and sit in the center of your being, in the tip of the skull, where the yogis tie the knot, which ends the knot of duality. When the hair is tied in the center of the skull, it represents the coiling of the world and the uncoiling of the beingness we call the Kundalini, the awakened essence of yours. And exhale. We're going to do it 2 more times, my friends. Inhale deep, hold, apply Mool Mantra. And all that locks which has given you, navel in and up, lift your ribcage, lift your chest, roll the tongue, roll the eye, look up into the skull and hold, coil the known and uncoil the unknown. The Jiva becomes Brahma. The Atma becomes Paramatma. The known becomes the unknown. Hold and exhale. Last time. Powerfully inhale if you have not inhaled. Hold. Let the Pavan sit in you. Let the Pavan Guru be with you. The breath of life, let it give you an experience of what it means to be alive. Apply Mool Mantra, navel in and up, lift your rib cage, lift your heart, roll the tongue. Simple, but it will transform you. Roll the eye and look up into the skull in the center of the tip of the head, where Shiva and Shakti, the yin and yang, the duality of life, the you and me, the inner and outer, the higher and the lower merges. That spot, the most sacred spot in the human body. And exhale. Satnam. My friends, we just shared what it means to be in the space of the Mool Mantra. And then we opened up our physical realm through this simple exercise. We will be diving into a meditation. And before we dive into the meditation, a small story from the life of this great Guru that we are sitting today in the remembrance of Guru Nanak. This is a story of sadhana. It is the story of sadhana, the perfection or dissolving your individuality into the sadhana. Sadhana means saha and dhana. Saha means sa. Sa means coming breath. It sings the same song. If you were to sit with your breath, the song of the incoming breath. Sa. Sa also means totality. Sa also means infinity. Sound of your breath. The song of your breath. Sa. The totality, the unconfined coming in. And then when the breath leaves you, ha. The sound of ha. So sa means the coming of infinity, and the ha means the going away of the infinity. Saha. So we are diving into sadhana. What sadhana means? It's not something that you do. It is which is really happening. Infinity is sa. The song of my breath, sa. Ha. Sa, ha. Dhana means treasure. The treasure of infinity. The treasure of totality. Not here. Not there. Here. God coming and going. The consciousness, the totality coming and going. This is the highway from here to my navel. And right in the center is the heart center. Guru Prasad. This is Pavan Guru. This is Shabad Guru. I hope you are with me. Pavan Guru. Okay. Shabad Guru. Navel center. Sound cannot be created unless the navel is active. The seat of sound is in the navel. Shabad Guru. Pavan Guru. And when the Pavan Guru and the Shabad Guru, the navel center, unites together in the center of the heart, you go into Wah. Wow. Wahi Guru. Your story. This is your story. This is what you are. You cannot deny this. I was always in my essence, my everything was singing the glory of the divine I knew not. पत्ता पत्ता देता है पता तेरा, मैं ही था जो देख ना सका. Every action of mind was directing me towards my higher self, towards my blooming, towards my awakening. But I didn't see it. I got lost in my own mind. Socha sochna way. Thinking and thinking, nothing is obtained. So sahadana. Saha is the coming and the ha is the going, the coming on infinity and the going on infinity. In between somewhere, the Guru says there's a dhana, there's a treasure. The Pavan Guru has to meet the Shabad Guru and both have to combine together and your ecstasy will bloom. It's called Va, Hey Guru, Vahe Guru. The wisdom of Va means wow, Hey means now, and Guru means wisdom. The wisdom of wow in the now, it's here. It's happening all the time. You were the one who never, na dekhne ki tarah humne zindagi dekhi. Na dekhne ki tarah humne zindagi dekhi. Chirag bujhne laga to roshni dekhi. I never saw the life as it was supposed to be sin. And towards the end of my life, then I saw what life actually all is. You know, this realization that we're talking about, this realization happens to you in the last 3 seconds of existence. This wisdom that we just shared with you, those of you who missed us. We started with the Mool Mantra, what the Mool Mantra means in relation to the I, in relation to the consciousness, in relation to the self. And all these while that I've been talking to you, and this whole system of the Pavan and the Shabad and the Vaheguru, this whole collectively is exposed, is revealed the last 3 seconds of the death. Every individual, either you know it before you die, it's called dying before dying. Maro re yogi maro, marna hai mitha. The great yogi, Guru Nanak says, die, O yogi, die. It's beautiful to die. This is what it means. The Sufi says, maran to pehla mar gaye bahu. Those who die before the death, they understand what reality is. And we're talking about that. This whole wisdom is revealed to you 3 seconds before death. You will see the preciousness of your breath, and you will see the preciousness of every sound that you created. But you did not create the most important sound, and that was the sound of your own consciousness. We call it mantra. We call it Shabad. You missed that Shabad. You created every sound. 8.4 million sounds you created. But you did not create the most essential sound. The sound of your soul, the unity of being, Ek Ongkaar. You and me and you are one. I hope you're with me. This wisdom is revealed. And that moment, na dekhne ki tarah humne zindagi dekhi. I never saw the reality as it's supposed to be sin. Chirag bujhne laga to roshni dekhi. When the light was going off, at that moment I saw the light. It's too late. So this whole wisdom of psychological death, dying to your story and awakening yourself to your higher self. They say Ongkaar Satnam. This is what spirituality is. This is what the path of the seeker is. This is what the path of the Sikh is. So we're talking about sadhana. Guru Nanak, on this beautiful day, he has been doing these practices for some time now. Very beautiful stories are there. But just in a relation to what we're going to practice today. On this specific day, when it was neither day, when it was neither night, you cannot know yourself in this extreme or in this extreme. The problem with our, with us is we go to extremes of everything. We don't know the middle path. It was neither a day, it was neither a night. He was neither inside with the breath. He was neither outside with the breath. He was neither with this thought. He was neither with this thought. Naiti, naiti. Those of you know. The system of negating. Not this, not this. Neti neti iti vakyam ekyam mahavakya. The Vedas. Neti neti iti vakyam ekyam mahavakya. There is only one mahavakya. There is only one greatest statement on the planet. There is only one ultimate statement on the planet. Nothing else. And what is that? Neti neti iti vakyam ekyam mahavakya. Only neti neti is the mahavakya. What is neti neti? Not this, not this. Not this, not this. This is the only mahavakya. When you are neither this, you are neither this. You're neither identified what day is, you neither identify what night is, you neither identify with this thought, you're neither identify with this thought. You're neither with this breath, you're neither with this breath, you're neither with this heartbeat, you're neither with this heartbeat, you're neither with this emotion, you're neither with this emotion, you're neither with this perception, you're neither with this perception, you're neither with this sensation, you're neither with this sensation. And I'll go deeper. Neither with the devil and neither with the God. Neither the hell and neither the heaven. Kabir, nark surg te main Satguru ke prasad. You have to go beyond the duality of everything. On this day, my friends, the duality in the outer world, everything exists in two, right? And then everything within. I hope you're with me. Be with me, my friends. We are discussing one of the very important parts of our life, of our path of seekers, as Sikhs. All the duality outside. Every duality outside. And every duality inside. Synchronized. It's called Amrit Vela. It's called Amrit Vela. Amrit Vela. When all dualities merge, when all dualities end, it's not just an outer morning ambrosial hours that we think it is, although that's the start. It's the start. But then the inner day and night, the inner right and wrong, the inner this and that has also collapsed. And then the whole world is synchronized. You are neither in any of the extremes. And Amrit Vela happened. Amrit Vela, such now, in this ambrosial moment, the cause of all the causes exist. Such now means the cause of all the causes exist. It is direct manifestation of the divine consciousness of God. It's happening even now. The treasure in the breath. Where the breath ends, the treasure can be found. But while the breath is moving, the treasure cannot be found. Because when the breath is moving, mind is moving. The mind writes the movement of the breath. And where the breath ends, mind ends. But it is so fast, we miss it all the time. At the blink of the eye, you're touching your essence every time. On this specific day, the duality merged. And the Guru at that moment happened to be in that sacred river. And he just merged into that. And it's called Jal Samadhi. Finding your essence with the water element. Earth element has been used. Water element has been used. The air element can be used. The fire element can be used. It's a deeper science. We're not going to go into that. But the Guru went into the waters, and seems that he became one with the wholeness of existence. And for 3 days and 3 nights, they say the Guru was not found. He was declared dead. And when you die to yourself, then actually you are awakened to yourself. You have to die to the hallucinated idea about what you have created around yourself. That has to dissolve. So the world saw him dead. And when the world sees you dead, you have become alive. The path of the mystics. And after 3 days and 3 nights, the Guru came out of that sacred river, the river Vai. Rivers are very mystical, channels of consciousness. Wells have been used by certain traditions. Rivers has been used. Mountains has been used. So when you are in a moving river, something moves in you. Only if you know that. And that moving of the river can move everything that you have created about yourself, but provided you are in your naiti, the neti. I'm not going to go into the science. I'm just coming back to the story now. But rivers are great channels to move when something is not moving. And that's why the rivers became sacred, because they sense something sacredness. When you kiss your sacredness, you can kiss the sacredness of the river. The rivers become sacred. When you have touched your sacredness, then the mountains become sacred. If not, they remain mountains. And if you have touched your sacredness, then trees become sacred. Until this kiss is not done with yourself, you cannot kiss anything outside. So my friends, he came out of the river. And as he came out, the sutra is Ve vicho nikle tan par pagwe vasana sohai. He was dressed in the color of radiance. He was dressed in the color of the solar dynasty. He was dressed in the color of the saffron. Ve vicho nikle tan par pagwe vasana sohai. The solar energy. The Surya Vanshis, they are called. The 2 dynasties in India, the Chandra Vanshis and the Surya Vanshis. Another beautiful science. But coming back to our story, he came out, and as he came out of that essence, he was now the Guru. He was now the embodiment of wisdom. He has kissed himself, he has embraced himself, he touched himself, and now he was ready to touch anybody who is willing to be touched. And with that beautiful essence, with that radiance, the Guru flowed like a river for 22 years. He went every part of the world so that nothing remains untouched. Like a lion, he roared, and wherever the lion went, he leaves the imprint. And like that, the Guru went all over the world, flowed, and he left the imprint. Jithe Baba Pair Tare Puja Yasan Thapan Suva. Wherever the Guru left the print, people sat and meditated, and they were awakened. So we are sitting in that same remembrance today. The Guru is with us. The wisdom is with us. The Guru is known to be in his radiant body. And anyone who remembers the Guru, anyone who remembers this representative of that ultimate wisdom that can ever bloom on the planet Earth, that individual automatically assesses it. Tujad Karsa Mayasam, we started our sutra. Whenever you remember me, I will be there. So this remembrance of the Guru, we are here to awaken our consciousness, awaken our awareness, to awaken what we are here to be awakened. My friends, for 22 years he flowed, he went and sat with the lamas, and he became the Lama Nanak in Tibet. And he went all the way south, and he sat with these great Vaishnav sages, and he became a Nanakacharya, the great master. And he went and he whirled in the desert of the Arabian deserts, and he became a Wali Nanak among the Sufis, which means the friend Nanak. Friend Nanak. Beautiful. Friend Nanak. And then he sat with the yogis, and he was known as Avadut Nanak. Avadut means the one who is not stained, unstained. We are constantly being stained by our emotions, but the Guru is unstained. Avadut Nanak. And with time, among the Hindus, he was known as Baba Nanak. And with time, the Sikhs came into existence, and the Sikhs say he is Guru Nanak. So Guru Nanak don't belong to anybody, and yet Guru Nanak belongs to all. That was the essence of the Guru. And today I'm sharing that sage who belonged to all. Sadly, many people have confined him to a geographical location, but it's time that the Guru be freed. And Guru frees himself and reaches the heart of every individual and touches every individual. As we go into the Aquarian age, we need the wisdom of this sage. He don't belong to anybody, and yet he belongs to everybody. My friends, let's dive into a small meditation of this great sage that we've been talking about. And let's bring our spine straight, and hands, I want you to put in the center of the chest here. And before we go, this is a small story. Okay, it's important. There's a story written that once one of the students of the Guru, he mastered 84 asanas, all the 84 asanas, the 8.4 million asanas, but from that 84 are the main asanas. So after mastering all the 84 asanas, when you master something, I repeat, when you master something, it comes with a rep, and that rep is called the rep of ego. So he had mastered the 84 asanas, and he comes to the Guru, wrapped with the ego, and he says, Guru, I'm here to show you the mastery of all the 84 asanas. The mastery in the yogic terminology is called patantra. Patantra. But then there's another terminology beyond the mastery. It's called sutantra. Sutantra means freedom from mastery. It's very important, because when you have mastery, there's always a fear in the back. What if I don't do it right? So even by obtaining mastery, there is no complete victory over it. The victory over mastery comes when you are sutantra, your freedom from even the mastery. So he was not yet in the state of sutantra, he was still a patantra. He comes and he tells the Guru, I'm going to show you the 84 asanas. The Guru says, beautiful, let's start. So he started and he did all the asanas, standing on the head and standing on the hand and the navel up and the navel down, and whatever you can think about the asanas that are, that very modification of the postures of the body. Having completed everything, and he said, Guru, I did well. And I'm very pleased that I did well. And the Guru said, you forgot one asana. But you forgot one asana. Contemplated. What did I forget? All the 84 asanas are there. Guru says, you forgot the central asana. You forgot the most important asana. You did well, beautiful, marvelous. Nobody could have done better than you on the planet at this time. All the 84 asanas were beautiful, no doubt. But you forgot one asana. Say, what is that? And the Guru said, one of my students will show you. He was a farmer. He was just a farmer. Not equipped with this information of right and wrong, that and this. He will show you. And talking about farmers, those of you who are aware, in India, there's this whole protest by the farmers to withdraw the bills. And with the grace of the Guru, on the birthday of the Guru, yesterday, the bills have been withdrawn by the government. So victory for the farmers. So blessings and blessings and congratulations to the entire world. It was a war between the corporates and the ordinary people, and we have won. So the farmers, so this farmer, Guru calls him, come. He knows nothing. Show him the most important asana, because he missed the most important asana. That farmer came, took his hand, put it on the floor, and bowed. says, this is the most important asana. You forgot it. You forgot to bow to wisdom. You forgot to bow to your wisdom. And you shall miss the wisdom. A reverence for the wisdom is more important than the wisdom. You forgot to bow. It's called Guru Pranam Mudra. What's this called? Guru Pranam Mudra. 8 parts of your body touches the ground. The front part here, represented or representing consciousness, awakened awareness. First part of the body, the forehead touches the ground, the seat of elevated consciousness. Second, the tip of the nose touches the ground, the seat of intuition, the seat of the blue bindu. The blue bindu, the blue part it is called sometimes. The seat of consciousness, the seat of awakened awareness touches the floor. The tip of the nose, the seat of intuition, the seat of the blue pearl touches the floor. Your hands on which karma is engraved. Karma is engraved, touches the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. The knees touches the floor. The pillars of this frame we call the body. Without the knees, the body cannot stand. It is the pillars of this time and space. It is the pillars of this name and form without which we cannot move in this time and space. The pillars has to touch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the toes of the souls. Souls, not the soul. The soul has really touched. Here's the soul, touched. And the soles, the 2 feet, the tip of the toes of the soles touches the floor, which represents left karma, right dharma, your totality. That's what you are. Karma and dharma, the feet, the toes of the feet. Those of you who know how to bow, you know what I'm talking about. And then the knees, the pillars, and your karma on the floor. You're given up. You're surrendered. You're going to be taken care of. You're not the doer. The universe is doing through you. Wake up. You cannot do anything. Akhan jor chupe na jor japji. Guru Nanak. Akhan jor chupe na jor. Jor na mangan de na jor. Jor na jivan mar na jor. Jor na raj mal mansur. Jor na surti gyan vichar. Jor na jukti shute sansar. Jis hath jor. Those who know the wisdom of the hands. Karma. Put it on the floor. Kar vikha soe nanak uttam neech na koi, and then they will transcend the right and wrong. They will transcend the good and bad. They will transcend the hell and the heaven. So these 8 parts of the body touches the floor, completes the 84 asanas without which nothing is obtained. My friends, we're going to do this now. I want you to bow. Bring your hands down, and these 8 parts of the body has to touch the floor. It's called Guru Pranam Mudra. Okay, we're going to do a short kriya, we're going to do a short meditation, and we're going to do some chanting, and then we end our session today. My friends, 8 part of the body, wherever you are, just bow. Bow. Bow to your wisdom, bow to the totality, bow to the universe, bow to the cosmos, bow to the lineage, bow to the Guru. And something will bloom in you for sure. When you bow, your head becomes lower and your heart becomes higher. And when the heart is higher and the head is lower, prayers are complete, meditation is completed. Without this, nothing is obtained. I want you to bow, my friends. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, my friends, as the forehead touches the floor, the tip of the nose touches the floor, both hands by the side, both hands are holding the floor and touching the floor, the knees on the floor, and the toes of the feet are also touching the floor. Beautiful. So the toes are touching, not the feet, not the upper part of the feet. The toes has to touch, the toes touching the floor. Very important. Okay, remain in this posture for 30 seconds. Breath of fire through the nose. Let's start our journey. 30 seconds, breath of fire. Beautiful. 15 seconds. Beautiful. You're almost done. Okay, good. And remain in the posture, my friends. Inhale through the nose and hold the breath. And as you hold the breath, recite the mantra Vaheguru 4 times, pumping 3 times. So you hold the breath, hold, and recite the mantra Vaheguru, 3 segments. Okay. And like that, you do 4 times. So Vaheguru 1, Vaheguru 2, Vaheguru 3, Vaheguru 4. Vaheguru. Beautiful. And then you exhale. So inhale, hold, and you're going to recite the mantra Vaheguru 4 times, but each mantra is going to be segmented into 3 pumping of the navel. So Vaheguru 1, Vaheguru 2, Vaheguru 3, Vaheguru 4. And you're doing this mentally. Okay, let's start doing that. Remain in the posture. You're going to inhale, hold, and mentally you're reciting the mantra Vaheguru 3 times. 3 segments, and each segment you're pumping your navel. Each segment you're pumping your navel. So 3 segments of the Vaheguru mantra. Each segment you're pumping the navel, and you're doing this mentally, and you're going to do this complete 4 times, and then you exhale, and then you inhale again, and you hold. Mentally you're doing mouth closed. Please roll the tongue and press the palate. Remain in this posture. Medical reasons, you can always do this sitting up. Other than that, I want you to have this experience. Beautiful. Remain in the posture. You're inhaling and you're holding the sacred breath of Pavan Guru, and you are activating the Shabad Guru in the navel center. Beautiful. Make sure you pump your navel. The pumping of the navel is important. Activating the navel, activating the center of your physical body. And you are segmenting the mantra Vaheguru 3 times, Vaheguru. And you're reciting in total of 4 times. Beautiful, my friends. Keep up. Doing it mentally. Vaheguru, 3 segments. Each mantra, each pronunciation of the mantra is segmented into 3. And you're doing a total of 4 times. The breath will be held. Beautiful. Make sure the tongue is rolled. Tongue is rolled. Tongue is rolled. Pressing the palate. Pressing the palate. And beautiful. And as you are chanting the mantra, I also want you to also have the root lock or the Mool Mantra while you're chanting it. And when you're exhaling it, you can, of course, let go of the Mool Mantra. Guru Pranam Mudra, the most important mudra, the most important asana. Bowing to the totality, bowing to the wisdom, bowing to your awareness, to your consciousness, to who you are in your higher reality. We're almost done, my friends. Doing great. Make sure the Mool Mantra is there while you're chanting. And now, my friends, I want you to increase these counts to 8 counts. So you're not chanting 4 times, you're chanting 8 times. 8 times. Breath is held. Chant is 8 times, and each chant is segmented as we have done before 3 times. So 3 segmentations, 3 pumping of the navel, as you are mentally chanting this in total of 8 times, 8 mantras, the number of infinity. Make sure the tongue is rolled and it's placed on the upper palate. And now we increase this to 12, please. 12 times you're chanting the mantra with it. So inhaling and you're holding, and the mantra goes all the way till 12. But the segmentation remains 3. So the breath has to become deeper now. More full breath. You will just do for another 30 seconds. And my friends, for the last time, inhale, hold, and navel in and up, and lift it as high as you can towards the spine. Roll the tongue, apply Mool Band, and squeeze and tense every cell of yours while these 8 parts of the body remains on the floor. Hold and exhale. One more time, powerfully inhale, hold, Mool Band, navel in, lift it as high as you can towards the spine, roll the tongue, roll the eye, and tense every cell of yours while these 8 parts of the body remains on the floor. And exhale. Last time, inhale and hold. And as you hold the breath, again apply Mool Band, navel in and up, roll the tongue, roll the eye, tense every part of your body. And exhale. And very slowly remain in the posture, and very slowly lift yourself up. Very slowly lift yourself up. Very slowly lift yourself up. Lift yourself up. Lift yourself up. Lift yourself up. And eyes close. Eyes close. Eyes close. Once you have completely brought the spine straight, you can open your eyes and you can shake yourself, you can stretch your legs, and you can tap yourself. Sat Nam, and many blessings to all of you. come to the end of our session today. This is a beautiful short kriya that you can do. You can do it for 11 minutes, you can do it for 31 minutes, you can do it for an hour. And yes, so with many blessings to all of you. And it was my privilege to sit with you today and share some of the wisdom which flowed through. And whatever the Guru wills, we got it today. And yes, so do some experience on this. I want you to, maybe do a 40 days practice of this, or 11 days practice of this. It will bring in reverence, it will awaken the spine, it will awaken your awareness, it will give you what it means to be in the space of Guru Prasad. And those of you who missed the first part of our conversation, the Mool Mantra, this video will be up on our YouTube channel, Making of a Yogi. It's called Making of a Yogi YouTube channel. And you can subscribe for that, and it should be there in a day or two to experience this whole meditation and this whole conversation in its completeness. So saying this, I will hand over to Rabia, if she has any announcements, if she's still around.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much, Yogi Amandeep, that beautiful transmission. Thank you, Guru Nanak, for your presence, for holding this space as we all go into this sacred practice. Very, very powerful meditative space that we've created here. Just want to thank everyone for joining today at this beautiful event. We look forward to connecting with you soon. We do have an online module that is starting this next Sunday. So we encourage everyone, if you would like to join us, you may register still. For participating at today's event, we'd like to offer a special savings. So if you use the code Nanak during checkout, you'll get a special savings on the tuition as you register. Also, another announcement, Yogi Amandeep provides one-on-one spiritual counseling sessions. And also for students, if you're looking to dive deeper into your sadhana, you can join him for a one-on-one session to go into the deep open meditative space and allow for the transmission to come through. I believe that is everything. Thank you all so much. We look forward to connecting with you soon.
Thank you, and blessings to all of you. As Rabia mentioned, we are starting this new event. It's called the Bardo, the appearance and the disappearance of life. There are 4 secrets. There are 4 secrets. The secret of birth, the secret of death, the secret of existence, and the secret of the Shabad. The grace of the Guru, these secrets are known. So we will be diving into one of these secrets, what happens as you die, the process of death. It's such a complicated science, based on the revealed sacred text of the ancient yogic masters. I'll be sharing with you from their perspective. We will be diving deep. We will be diving into some very powerful meditations that will be helpful in how to divert our consciousness at the time of death, whenever that will be one day, into our 10th gate, into Brahmarandra, and attain enlightenment even while you're dying. So if you miss enlightenment, awakening while you are alive, there's a full opportunity. I talked about the 3 seconds, the last 3 seconds, where you see that totality in its freshness, that Amrit Vela manifests, the last 3 seconds when life leaves you and death has not totally engulfed you. There's a space. If you recognize, if you know the art of conscious living and conscious dying and conscious being, Ongkaar we talked about, and then you'll be able to recognize this space. And when you recognize this space, nirvana is attained if you have missed it while you are alive. If it doesn't happen, because it happens so fast, you are caught up in your own emotions, in your own story, how the story is leaving you, and your attachment to that story, you miss it. And because you miss it, you enter Bardo. And then you enter Bardo, again, depending on how much you attach to your story, how much you are engulfed by this hallucinated story which you are creating with every breath, every blink, every thought, every touch. It depends on that, how long you stay in Bardo. And then when you are ready, you enter into the next part of the Bardo, where you reincarnate and the whole hallucination starts again. You are dreaming another dream within a dream. And this is the point, the portal, 3 seconds, when you will be able to experience yourself independent of your dream. So we'll be diving into this sacred space, a very important information for all those who will die one day. And so I hope to see you there, diving deep into this beautiful esoteric science, esoteric meditations as revealed in the lineages, revealed in the yogic system of the Himalayan tradition. So blessings to all of you. Again, may Guru Ramdas, may Guru Nanak bless all of you with health, wealth, and prosperity, and the highest gift, and that is the gift of the Naam, the gift of the Shabad, the gift of the sacred vibrations. I'll see you soon, and blessings to all of you. Satnam.